So, looks like Shaw Brothers horror films are coming out, and if you missed them the first time with other distributors, this might be a good opportunity for you to pick them up. So, we're going to go into all of the horror movies that are coming out, and how you can get them and where. Let's get into it. What's up, guys, and welcome back to Beyond the Void. My name is Alex, and today we're going to be doing a sort of talk about some releases that are coming out that I'm very excited about. And I might do this from time to time with certain releases that I want to get, or I'm going to get, or maybe being sent by some of these people. Now, IMPRINT is a company that is with Viavision. I have done many unboxings and reviews of their stuff that they've been so kind to send out. So thank you, IMPRINT, for that, first and foremost. They've been really kind about it and have sent a lot of really great stuff out. They're technically from Australia, and it is another company that does horror and all kinds of different genres, really, including a lot of like Asian films like Shaw Brothers. Now, there are other companies that do it, and that is also like 88 Films and many other companies. Now Vinegar Syndrome's dipping their toe in the market of trying to get more Hong Kong horror films, which I'm a super big fan of, whether it's Shaw, Golden Harvest, or wherever. There are going to be a lot of choices to get, and probably we're going to see duplicates in different ones, but this new set is a Shaw shock of 3 titles that you're going to want to be checking out today. And some of these have had releases before, but one of them is brand new to Blu-ray worldwide. So we have IMPRINT Asia, which is just basically Viavision, their IMPRINT Asia series. I got like The Blind Swordsman on this one and covered that on there, Zatoichi, which they have. And they do things a little bit similar to other companies, but these guys have been kind of evolving and really kind of upping their game over the years here to bring more and more to the viewer. They're adding more like extras and things, and they're a company that I think is actually pretty nice, and I like that they're actually adding new stuff to really compete with the market. Now, you can order these over like Diabolic and all these other different places that you would normally. A lot of them are going to be on the Amazon store and stuff. You can get them there too, but you can order directly from them and they'll ship worldwide. So another option for you there. But first of all, we got Shaw Shock, Shaw Brothers Horror Collection Volume 1. So this is going to be more than one, and I'm probably going to get all of these because I'm a huge fan of these types of films. Some of them, you know, they have a little bit of a sexual assault lean to them. This is a different time, and there was a genre called rape revenge films, which were very popular across the world. You've ever seen Last House on the Left, or you know, any of these things? They had a moment in the spotlight. And it says, experience the chilling intensity of Shaw Shock Brothers Horror Collection Volume 1, featuring 3 of the studio's most extreme, unrelenting horror films. These deliver a mix of supernatural terror, eerie suspense, and intense gore. Prepare for a harrowing cinematic journey into the unknown, where the line between the living and the dead is blurred in the most gripping and unforgettable ways. You're going to be getting the Oily Maniac from 1976, 76, and that is a bizarre movie, let me tell you, okay? This little creature right here, this guy right here, he's like this guy that gets oil all over him. It's a bizarre story. Seedings of a Ghost from 1983. The ending is probably the most bizarre, but it does have some stuff in the beginning and in the middle and stuff. But really, the ending of this movie is probably the most insane. But there's a lot of tribal rituals and stuff like that. And then we have Sex Beyond the Grave from 1984, which this is the first worldwide first on Blu-ray. So they're actually able to get it. So that is pretty cool. There's only going to be a limited copies of 1,500, and they're packaged together in a limited hard box. Some of the stuff that you're going to get in it here, we have the Oily Maniac, which is number 18, 19, I guess the 20 is the other one. This is about a legal assistant, Shen Yuan, who follows the directions of an ancient spell, hoping to defend his lifelong love, Yu Yang Ba. He digs a hole, climbs into the thick black liquid he uncovers, and quickly transforms into an oily monster, taking down criminals and leaving behind a trail of destruction. Will the identity of the Oily Maniac be revealed? Says fans of the Blob, Swamp Thing, the Greasy Strangler. I mean, yeah, that's pretty true, actually. Special features is going to be 1080p, high definition presentation on Blu-ray. New interview with actor Jack Long. New critic Ricky Baker on the Oily Maniac. Slippery Story, which is the interview with the filmmaker Callum Waddell. And aspect ratio 241:1, LPCM 2.0 mono, and optional English subtitles. Now, it doesn't say anything about new subtitles, but I'm hoping that maybe that's the case. We also have Seeding of a Ghost. This is a Hong Kong taxi driver is cursed by a sorcerer after his wife is raped and killed by a teenage hooligan. He makes a pact with the evil forces to unleash revenge and bring his wife back from the dead. Packed with zombies, gruesome deaths, things like beasts, and pints of crimson red blood coating the walls. This is a must-see for all fans of the horror of Evil Dead. I think it's a little different than Evil Dead, but it is pretty cool. And the end is very creature-rific, if I recall. But it's been a while since I've seen it. I have it on like a DVD copy. This has 1080p, new critic James Mudge on Seeding of a Ghost, Seeding of a Trend, the birth of Hong Kong splatter cinema, interview with filmmaker Callum Waddell, and the aspect ratio 185:1, mono, English subtitle. We also have Sex Beyond the Grave. It is a woman who's raped and murdered during World War II. 40 years later, she returns to haunt her persecutors from the Tao Tao mansion. A professor and his family move into the house only to have spirits take their son. With plentiful rotting flesh, a flying refrigerator, and one of the longest stripteases ever committed to celluloid. This truly insane entry into the Shaw Brothers catalog must be seen to be delivered with a title that truly lives up to its name. It's 1080p, no audio commentary by Dylan Chung. We also have critic Victor Fan on the Sex Beyond the Grave. They haven't announced the ratio yet, so maybe they're working on that. And the LPCM 2.0 mono, optional English subtitles. Some of the artwork could change on a lot of this here, and they also have some other stuff coming out here. The Portrait in Crystal and the Lost Bladesman, if you guys are interested in that. I'm pretty much just covering this one. Now, I looked this up. It's $79.95 in Australian, but it's actually $50 pretty much in US, which I personally think is a fantastic price for 3 films with all the extras in a box set like this of volume 1. That's an easy price point to collect multiple, 3 collections, and I'm super happy about that. I think that's a really good price. These are the run times on them are 88, 88, and 84. I should have looked this up beforehand, and I didn't. You'll have to apologize. I'll have to apologize. But I'm trying to do this in one take so that I can share it with you and put it up so that, I can give you guys more content and not have to worry about editing all the time. I'm sure they're just testing the waters with volume 1 a little bit, which I think will sell pretty well at 1,500 copies. That's actually pretty good. They do 500 runs sometimes. And so they obviously have a little bit of faith in this one. So I'm thinking that it's going to be a pretty tight margin. So if you're interested in something like this, maybe not wait, but if you're not, and you're not sure and you want to wait till I get one and open it up, hopefully they'll send me one. If not, I'm going to order one for myself. And maybe I'll just give one away or something like that, at some point in time, which I often do. But yeah, I'm super excited about it. Are you guys interested in any of these? Have you seen any of these movies? There's a trailer out that I'll include that you can watch on Imprint Asia. Actually, it's just on their Imprint Films. It's a really short teaser trailer. You can see I've already jumped in on the mix here. Yes, this is fantastic set and great price. Thank you. Yeah, I would love to hear what you guys think about this. Are you super excited about it? Are you a Shaw Brothers fan? We have always gotten like these from Arrow, and also I think 88 Films does their version of box sets too, which, you know, both of them are really great. I personally, I think these are kind of cool and unique, but they're not real good. I don't know. I guess they're good to show on the shelf on like your top shelf. But as far as like your collection goes, the 88 Films are more of a box format like this one that's coming out. But this one on here, they've been doing a lot of like wushu and martial arts and stuff like that. Wuxia, I should say. This one has the Boxer's Omen. That's why I got this one. It's probably one of the best Hong Kong horror films ever made, and it's a Shaw Brothers film, and they included it in here because there is enough fighting, but it has got some of the most amazing like martial arts. They have the most amazing like rituals, like actual rituals that they break down into a science in how to create. And then the visuals and the practical effects in this are some of the most amazing things I've ever seen. And it is the most obscure and weird film I've also ever seen, but you won't be able to take your eyes off of it. So I'm hoping at some point we get a release of that on its own. But for now, you know, it's just in this, and I will be doing maybe top 5 or 10, you know, Shaw Brothers or just Hong Kong horror movies that you need to see. And Hong Kong or Indonesian, you know, a lot of them really kind of were in the same area in the box office and stuff in those areas. So, but yeah, I would love to hear what you guys think about the new Shaw Brothers Horror Collection Volume 1. Have you ever gotten anything from Imprint Asia? I personally have, so if you're a little bit on the fence about them, I think they're competitive enough. They may not be the top of the echelon as far as, you know, what a lot of these other companies are doing, but they are definitely going for it and really trying to make a difference in the physical media space. And I think they're stepping up, and I really appreciate that, because I think that they do a fairly decent job. And I think that if we show them more support and show them, you know, that we want these kind of things, they'll do more of it. And it's always good to have another company doing stuff like this, because that means we get more, and there's more people to try to get these movies out. We get more extras, more everything. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thank you for coming by. I greatly appreciate your support here on the channel. And as always, long live the void.